Hello everyone, and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. In today's video, I'm taking again some thrift store items and give them a new transformation. This time I purposely transformed these for a friend of mine in order to match her home decor. I really wanted this to be suitable for her, so the colors and everything else that I picked about it was picked to suit for her. So without any further ado, just grab a nice warm cup of tea and let's get started. I found these 3 tea light candle holders and they're all hardwood. You can't go wrong when it comes to wood pieces, so I had to pick them up. For this project, I do not have the color paint that I would like to have on hand, so I'm going to create my own with a mix of paint that I have on hand and get as close as I can to the color that I want. I want to use this dragonfly napkin on my project, and the color of this napkin is pretty much close to the color that I want to have, so I'm going to start mixing and see how close I can get to it. So I'm going to start by using some of my homemade white chalk paint, and I am going to mix some of the aqua colors that I have on hand, and I'm going to mix it as well with a little bit of navy and work it until I get the color desired. Oops, I made a mess. I gotta clean this up now. This color is looking pretty good to me. I'm going to do a little test on the paper next to my napkin and see how that goes. And yeah, that'll work for me. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead and give 2 good coats of paint to each one of these candle holder balls, I guess, and I'm going to let it dry in between. I'm going to do just the bottom part, 1 coat, and let it dry, and then I'm going to flip it around and do the top part of the balls to give it the finish 1 coat. But for the second coat, I'm not going to worry about the very bottom. Then going ahead for the second coat, as you can see, I'm not going to worry about the very bottom part of the candle holder. These are all nice and dry. I'm using one of those 3M the very fine sander sponge, and I am going to sand each one of these candle holders. It gives it a really nice, a smooth feel, a very smooth finish to it, and I really like it when it gives me that results. Now I'm taking a sandpaper and I'm pushing fairly hard on the sandpaper as I want to create kind of a scratch effect, if you know what I mean. Not necessarily just, wearing it down to make it more antique or more worn out. I just want to give it somewhat of a scratch look to it. Now I'm just taking a wipe and give this a really good wipe to get rid of all the dust. Now I'm taking some of my white chalk paint along with a bristle brush, and I'm just going to lightly put some paint on my paintbrush, kind of wipe it down and apply it very lightly up and down the candle holder. Now I'm going ahead and I'm cutting the dragonfly part. I'm only going to use the dragonfly, and I'm cutting multiple of these as I'm going to use them to my other projects in this video as well. So I'm just going to cut them all ahead of time. Now I'm just going to position where I want my dragonfly to be. I want it somewhat in the middle. And what I'm going to do is hold on to it where I want it and apply some Mod Podge underneath, a section at a time. For the other two candle holders, I'm going to put them on an angle a little bit. I don't want them to be three the same, and because of the candle holders being different size, it kind of make it awkward to put them all straight up and down. It doesn't fit properly. So by putting them sideways, it gives me the chance to put the whole dragonfly and not to look too awkward. Now I just put some tea light inside of the candle holders, and look at these. They are beautiful. But I wanted to give my friend an extra option, so I'm taking these little terracotta pots. Originally I was going to do them white. I had a black one on hand. I'm going to paint that one over. But then I changed my mind and I wanted to do them in aqua. So aqua it is. These are all nice and dried, and now I'm just taking some sponge and I'm going to put that in each one of these little jars. I'm going to hot glue a little bit of this moss grass on top of these jars just to give it a little bit more of a finished look. Now I'm going to fill my little planters with some greenery. I'm using some toothpick to put at the edge of my greenery to make it easier to put it in. And some of the stem hole on the greenery is too large for the toothpick, so I'm just applying a little bit of hot glue at the end of the toothpick just to make it hold properly. I also trimmed the toothpick a little bit as it's too long for the little pot. For the other two pots, I'm filling with greenery as well, but giving it more of a vine look a little bit. And here is the second option with the little planters on top of the candle holders instead of the tea light. I think this is super cute myself. I think my friend will absolutely love this. I have this old leather holder that I picked up at the thrift store as well. And I already prepped it. It's all sanded and wiped down. And now I'm giving it 2 coats of paint, that same color paint, allowing to dry in between. Now I'm going to buff it down a bit with that super fine sand sponge. I'm taking my more coarse grid sandpaper and I'm distressing, sanding all along the edges of the whole piece. Now I'm finding that my distressed edge look is too pale. I want to have a darker look like I have in this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some brown paint because I make some because I don't have any on hand. So all you need is some yellow, some red, and some blue, and mix it up until you get the brown that you want. this brown is about the brown that I would like, so I'm gonna go ahead and lightly put that all around the edge of the piece. And I am also going to go put that create some vertical lines all along the piece to give it that scratchy look that I give into the candle holders, because even if I scratch this, it's going to be too pale underneath, like the edges. So I just want it to have the darker look. So I'm going to create a scratchy look. Now I'm taking my same white chalk paint and just lightly doing the whitewash effect like I did on the candle holders, and just rubbing it lightly all over the piece. I have my dragonflies already pre-cut, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put them in place in the same way I did with the candle holders. Place them in place where I want them, and then apply the Mod Podge by section. I'm using the hair dryer just to make the process quicker. And then I'm going to get rid of the excess of the dragonfly wings with a nail file. And here's the result. This turned out so cute. My friend will love this. I have this old vase. It's so very, very ugly. I'm just going to take everything out of it. I thought it was going to be very difficult to take this off, but it came out very easily actually, and I was able to remove all the glue very easily as well. Now I'm giving this a really good wipe. I'm using the same paint again, and I'm giving it 2 coats of paint, allowing to dry in between. Like in the other project, I'm going to buff with my superfine grit sponge, and then I'm going to scratch with a more coarse sandpaper, and then do the white brush paint over it. And now I'm just applying the dragonfly with Mud Podge the same way as the other two projects. I just filled this vase with some greeneries, and it turned out really, really nice. I'm loving this look. I want to mention that I sprayed every one of these pieces with the chalk paint spray protector. Here is the set that I made for my friend with the tea light. And here is the set with the little greenery pots instead of the tea light. Let me know which one you like better.
Well, that's it for this video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope my friend will enjoy these items that I made for her home. If you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. I would love to hear all your comments down below. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, well, please do that. Until next time, have yourself a great day.